Blind warriors. The blind, either gifted with supernatural ability or wisdom, is not only a popular archetype that appears in pop culture, but also an ancient archetype that appears throughout world history and legend. The most popular modern telling of the blind warrior may easily be Japan's Zatoichi, a blind masseur, portrayed as a humble loner, though with vices, who often stumbles into the affairs of the innocent, saving the day with his swordsmanship. Zatoichi carries a shikomizue, a short cane sword sharing the same hidden lethality as Zatoichi himself. The use of a short sword by a blind character is both practical and rooted in history. Short swords, or even clubs, are easier to fight with for the blind, as it's easier to make contact with an opponent when fighting up close. Japan's most famous blind swordsman in history also used a type of short sword. Toda Seigen was a master swordsman during the 16th century in Japan. Seigen likely chose specializing in the short sword, as his eyesight started to leave him. In 1560, Seigen fought in a famous duel using wooden staffs. When the match started, he was said to have tenaciously jumped right against his opponent. Seigen had a much shorter piece of wood, and smashed his opponent, who was unable to properly wield his longer weapon at such a close distance. Seigen would be known as the blind swordsman once his eyesight fully left him. Outside of Japan, the list of famous blind warriors is endless. India's Prithviraj Chauhan was a 12th century king in present-day Rajasthan. Prithviraj was blinded, and the myth is he shot his rival Muhammad of Ghor during an archery performance, targeting only Muhammad's voice, killing him. In Europe, one example would be Jan Žižka, a Czech general in the 15th century who was known for winning many battles against the Teutonic Order and the Holy Roman Empire, with just one eye, only to lose the other in battle. But he continued to command his armies. His command was said to be unorthodox, but remained effective even once completely blind.
Kings may be chosen by God, but they still make the mistakes of men.
The theme behind these legends, both fictional and historic, is that a physical disadvantage can be overcome with wisdom and skill. This is why the blind warrior or blind seer is so prominent throughout history. Even in religion, take Odin. He sacrificed his own eye by choice to gain cosmic wisdom. No, he did not lose it fighting frost giants, as portrayed in the Thor movies.
Our armies drove the frost giants back into the heart of their own world.
One of many examples of wise but blind religious figures is Tiresias, a prophet of Apollo, well known in Greek mythology. He advised 7 generations of kings. His gift of foresight was given to him by Zeus in recompense for being blinded by his wife Hera.
What now?
Just a little trouble is all.
We're leaving trouble behind. Can't be seeing more already.
It's a gift.
Today, the popularity of grappling, particularly jiu-jitsu, has been revolutionary for the visually impaired, as the martial art is less reliant on sight as other martial arts. Sight is less important when you're in close with an opponent, and you can rely on feeling to execute techniques. But what about the myth of the blind developing better senses? Well, they don't physically grow more nerve endings or avoid hearing loss with age, just like anyone else. Physically, nothing changes. Rather, the brain adapts to better translate and rely on the other senses. This can happen naturally, but is also a learned skill. Blindness does not grant superpowers quite like Daredevil, but the human brain can learn some special awareness, based on things like echoes, and the ability to quickly and gracefully read with touch alone.
Is my return, my rise to power, not the very thing they professed to desire for so many years? Of course, my lord, said Lucius Malfoy.
Alright, I'm Johnny. Thanks for watching this brief on blind warriors, both past and present, who have shown us the power of the human spirit. I wish you a good rest of your day.